Tonight, as the TUC stops short of meeting Arthur Scargill's demands, TVI reports from the northeast and the determination of the miners to go on. The reporter, Julian Mannion.
On the northeast coast of England, one of the lasting images of the miners' strike. Miners search for scraps of coal among the shingle, the only way that many of them can now afford to heat their homes. Jackie Willis is a miner from Sunderland. 50 years old, he combs the beach every day for coal that's been thrown up from the seabed. The coal comes in tiny nuggets. Collecting it is a sign of despair or sometimes of determination.
You know, the way things is going, if we just let them keep closing the pits where they are, what we're going to do with the future generation? We're going to take them youngsters' jobs.
The irony is that while the strikers scrabble for coal, the government still has these massive stockpiles. In the northeast, there are 7 million tonnes. David Hopper has come to see how he can bottle up nearly 1 million tonnes of it. He's the NUM Lodge Secretary at Wearmouth Colliery, one of the hard men of the strike.
There's a massive stockpile of coal there.
This will be a like the same good. David Lock.
You can probably look along the backside, but I think most of the coal will have to be brought out this road.
In the last 9 months, David Hopper has sent flying pickets all over Britain. Recently, he's had to picket his own pit, but he still looks forward to a final battle if the government tries to move these stockpiles to the Hungary power stations.
It looks a pretty good site to picket.
Very open.
Can't see a great deal of problems there.
In spite of the hammering that the NUM has taken in the last few weeks, David Hopper still shows little appetite for compromise.
Well, I honestly can't see the negotiated middle way being anywhere at this particular point in time. But I think events surely must come to our aid. You know, we've got a situation whereby now coal stocks is well down. We've got a situation whereby I think if and in the event of them wanting to move these stocks, the army will be used. I would think that should bring a sympathetic response from other trade unionists. I'm a firm believer that the reports which the Guardian carried a matter of days ago, that there's been yellow alerts in certain power stations, and I'm sure there's going to be cuts. I think it's inevitable, despite the propaganda used by the government. And that's
so you're still pressing on towards Armageddon.
Definitely. There's, you know, as I say, in my opinion, there's no turning back.
There's sympathy, but no mass support for the miners in Sunderland. Friday night at the shipyard gates and the NUM collecting buckets are ready for a slice of the workers' pay packets. The result is lukewarm, plenty of coppers, few pound notes. Even in Sunderland, the miners are becoming isolated, though they do have one striker, Bryn Sidaway, on the city council.
If you look at the river, that river used to be full. Ships, colliers, very busy. Shipyards, workers, nothing there now. It's dying on its feet. Well, I believe that if every industry in this country, the workers had fought the same way we have, the mining industry has, to protect the jobs, then there wouldn't be 3.5 million officially on the dole.
How do you feel yourself when you see men going back to collieries like Wearmouth over there?
Disappointed, dejected even at times. But I know that some men have been put in intolerable situations where the income coming into the household has been really low, but still they shouldn't sell out the union for that, because in the end we will have victory in the end if we stay out.
We're going to have a bad time this Christmas, obviously, but I would prefer, and I think the membership would now prefer, after the length of time we've been out, we have one bad Christmas this year, and the situation is we protect the jobs and the communities.
But what does the bad Christmas achieve? I mean, if there are no power cuts in February and March, if the government is not brought to its knees by the traditional, the old-style muscle of the union, what does the suffering achieve?
The suffering's made me more angry with the Tory government. They're the people who's inflicted the suffering. They've planned this attack on the industry. They've planned the attack on the social security benefits of £15. They've done everything in their power to stop the NUM getting support. They've sequestrated the fund. They've run smear campaigns. They've run campaigns again, in an effort to stop people supporting the NUM financially. And the more I see my membership suffering, the more bitter my hatred becomes of the Tory regime.
So it's a fight to the finish?
As far as I'm concerned, yes.
But at Wearmouth Colliery, Arthur Scargill still has a small army of committed supporters. Pickets who turn up each Friday at strike headquarters and get £2 for every day they've turned out. These are the men who will have to crack if the strike at Wearmouth is to be broken. Today, many of them know that the NUM is on its own, and in each man's mind, the time for choice is now. They'll have to decide if their leadership is taking them towards Arthur Scargill's historic victory, or to a defeat, perhaps of 1926 proportions.